Our Grimbjorn deck is just about to get a little bit beastly. We're going to play another Grimbjorn Skin Changer and a Westfold Outrider, paying 4 out of the 3, 6, 7 resources that Grimbjorn has. So he still has 3 left, and then we'll be able to change him into a Bjorn. So we're going to have Bjorn and Grimbjorn out at the end of this round. On the Noldor side, we had exactly 7 resources, which is just enough to play Glorfindel from our discard pile. Look at that, 3, 3, 1, 4. And if you look here, you can discard a card from your hand to ready him. Limit once per phase, but still awesome. I can ready him during the questing phase if I need. I can ready him during the combat phase. Yeah. And Galadriel will spend 2. We'll reduce our threat to 33 because we can reduce it by 1, but that's another 2 willpower. I'm feeling good. Then I think I'm going to discard this Galadriel Maiden that was in my hand to generate 1 resource from Arwen so that I can put Elven Light back into my hand, spending that 1 resource that we just generated, and we get to draw a card, and we have Linder. Oh, actually, Linder isn't bad. So when he enters play, if you have less than 3 cards in your hand, draw until you have 3. We only have 3 cards in our hand, so if I get him out next round and I discard Elven Light, I could then potentially draw 2 cards. Okay. Questing from our Grimbjorn deck, 2 from Elfhelm, 2 from Aragorn, so that's 4, and 1 from Bjorning Skin Changer, that's 5. And you do realize with just Círdan, we quest for 5. So he does the same amount of questing as 3 characters do on the Bjorning side. That's kind of hilarious. That's 10 plus 4 is 14, plus 3 is 17, plus 2 is 19. 19 total questing. Oh, and don't forget we have our Warden. We're going to heal 1 from Grimbjorn, and let's heal 1 from Aragorn, just because we don't want anything to happen to him. And the whole reason I wanted to have Elven Light is because I wanted to exhaust this Imladris, the horse on Arwen, which I cannot remember its name, Imladris... Steed of Imladris, there we go. We'll discard this. That will place 2 progress onto the active location. We only need 1 more to complete it. I think we're going to be able to catch up to this 22 progress, or pursuit value. This first card will be for our Bjorning deck, and we have Plains of Rohan. X is the number of locations in the staging area. Okay, that's only a 1, because there's only 1 of them. Not bad. And we've got Plains of Rohan. Seriously? When you draw 1, you draw 2. Okay, so both of them are now 2 threats. So that's 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7. We have a total of 7 threat in the staging area. 19 minus 7 means we still placed 12 progress. 12 minus 1 to complete this location means we placed 11 here. That's 10, 25, 26. We caught up with those Uruk-Hai. Yes! And we have each one of our heroes generate another resource. As their pursuers close in on them, the Uruk-Hai race towards the forest of Fanghorn with redoubled speed. If the orcs reach its borders, they will escape into the woods, taking their captives with them. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an Uruk enemy, reveals it, and adds it to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So now it's specifically stated that you reveal these cards, so I have to do the when revealed effects. I decided to go for the Isengard Uruk here. I mean, it's not great, but there's worse ones out there. So it will have archery too, so we're going to have to essentially deal with taking 2 points of damage. But that's not terrible because we do have a Warden of Healing. We do have here either assign 3 damage among characters you control or reveal an additional encounter card. I'm going to assign 2 of those 3 damages over to the Bjorning Skin Changer because guess what? He's just going to go away. And then I'm going to do 1 more onto the giant bear because he's got 4 health, so why not? We'll put 1 on him. Then for the Noldor deck, we'll go ahead and show the Uruk-Hai fighter. We know how to take him out, but I'm hoping we don't because then we can put the Secret Vigil on him and go ahead and reduce our threat. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. "Run, there's the forest," he shouted, pointing ahead. "Go to it, it's your best hope. Off you go." We see here X is the pursuit value again, so it's 22. That's so much questing. Response: after an enemy is defeated, reduce the pursuit value by 1. That is amazing. The players cannot defeat the stage while Ugluk is in play. If the players defeat the stage, they have rescued the captives and won the game. So all we got to do is get 22 progress or kill some enemies, which, that's Grimbjorn's specialty. Reduce our pursuit value, and then go ahead and get enough progress here to win the game. Moving to the travel phase, let's go ahead and move to the Plains of Rohan. Doesn't do anything other than gets the Plains of Rohan out of the staging area. So now the other one will only be an X of equaling 1 instead of 2, which is nice. Here we have our remaining 3 enemies that are out on the board. All 3 of them are in the staging area, but they are all going to engage us. Our threat for our Bjorning deck is 34. So that means, yeah, all 3 of them are coming. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have our Bjorning deck optionally engage Ugluk. Why not? He could take that. For the Noldor deck, I think what we're going to do is we're going to optionally engage... Which one? Yeah, I think we're going to optionally engage this Uruk fighter, because that means this Uruk fighter isn't going to get killed, and that's okay. We can hopefully let Grimbjorn do his response, do some damage, and kill him next round, but then we can put the Secret Vigil on him. We definitely want to get rid of this Isengard Uruk just because of the archery. So we'll then have this one normally, so non-optionally, it's just going to simply engage the Bjorning deck. We now need to assign damage because of the archery. So we're going to do 1 point to the Westfold Outrider and another point to the Giant Bear. That Giant Bear's getting probably pretty pissed. Then, at the beginning of the combat phase, let's go ahead and discard this Bjorning Skin Changer, and we're going to bring out our Bjorn. What an awesome swap. Yeah, we're going to pay 2 for him to come out. I like it. We'll go ahead and grab Shadow cards, 2 for these enemies, and then 1 for the fighter over on the Noldor deck. So we're going to use Grimbjorn as the defender. He's going to defend against Ugluk. He'll then use his armored Destrier to ready himself, and he'll discard this shadow card. Doesn't have any effect, which is fine. Ugluk is attacking for 5, and we have no shadow effect. So he has 6 defense, doesn't do anything. He'll then spend 1 resource to go ahead and attack. He attacks for 4, negates his 1 armor, but he has a toughness of 3, you guys. So he will only take 1 point of damage. Man. And I don't know if I read this to you at the beginning, I can't remember. It says allies cannot be declared as attackers or defenders against Ugluk. So it has to be the heroes to take him out. Next, this Isengard Uruk is going to attack for 3. We'll go ahead and exhaust Bjorn over here. He can just totally defend that. He's got 3 defense, doesn't do anything. On the Noldor deck side, we'll have this Uruk-Hai fighter attack. We will exhaust Grimbjorn to defend. This does not have a shadow effect. Great. So he's attacking for 3. Grimbjorn doesn't take any damage. He'll then spend 1 resource to ready and attack. Negates the 2 armor, but he does have toughness 2, so he only does 2 points of damage to him, which is fine. I don't actually want to kill him. Now it's our turn to attack. So we've got our Giant Bear for 4 attack, and our Westfold Outrider over here will exhaust both of those for a total of 6 attack. We're going to attack this Isengard Uruk. He's got toughness of 1, so we do a total of 5. 4 health and 1 armor. Done. That will reduce the pursuit value down to 21 from 22. Then what we'll do is we'll spend 4 resources from Aragorn. We can spend 2 resources from him to ready a hero. So we're going to ready Aragorn with 2, spend another 2, and ready Grimbjorn. So we've now got 3 and 4 attack. 4 plus 3 is 7. But we have a toughness of 3, so we only do 4 points of damage with 1 armor. That means we do a total of 3 points of damage to Ugluk. Jeez. So we haven't taken him out, but we're getting close. And I have to say, it's pretty thematic that you can only attack and defend with heroes, because they specifically say with Ugluk in the book itself that Eomer has to fight him. No one else can take him out. It's just those 2, so it's like a hero taking him out, and they fight to the death. So, wow. We're at the end of the round. We'll go ahead and move the pursuit value back up to 22. That's not bad. We only increased it by 1. We also don't have the effect now where if we leave enemies in the staging area that they will increase the pursuit value. It's only at the end of the round that we'll increase the pursuit value. The Bjorning deck will increase their threat to 35, and our Noldor deck will move to 34. We have already generated resources. Let's go ahead and draw cards. And we have Valiant Sacrifice and Sailor of Loon. Starting with our Noldor deck, let's go ahead and discard Dwarven Tomb. We will then generate 1 resource for Círdan. Then we are going to spend the 2 resources from Arwen to bring out Sailor of the Loon, and 3 resources from Círdan to bring out Linder. Now we're going to do this in the Sailor of Loon coming out first, and then the Linder coming out second, because we have no cards in our hand, so we get to draw 3 new glorious cards. Let's see if that was worth it. We've got a Protector, an Aethelus, and a Dwarven Tomb. Well, it wasn't great, but hey, we've got a refreshed hand. I like it. The only thing we're going to do on the Grim-Bjorn side is place our Secret Vigil out on that Uruk-Hai fighter. I love a total of 6 threat reduction, 3 for each of our decks. Well, you guys, I made this deck as a questing deck. Let's see how much we can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 5 is 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, Sailor of the Loon gets +1 because as long as the top card of my discard pile is an event, he gets +1 willpower and cannot take damage while committed to the quest. Kind of a cool ability. And I have Dwarven Tomb on top of my discard pile, so that means, booyah, he is 2 willpower. I'm also going to use our Warden of Healing and heal 1 from Círdan and 1 from Elfhelm. We'll go ahead and add Elfhelm for a total of 22. I don't even know if we really need him, but let's do it. So we're 22 to 1 in the staging area. We'll draw the top card. This is for the Noldor deck, and we have Grishnach. Oh, do you guys remember him? 4th threat. After Grishnach enters play, the first player attaches one of the captives to him. If Grishnach is defeated, place the attached captive face down underneath to Isengard. At the end of the quest phase, deal 1 damage to the attached captive. Oh. Well, Galadriel has 4 health, so let's go ahead and put her underneath Grishnach. So here Grishnach is carrying her off. If he deals a total of 4 damage to her, I think bad things happen if I remember right. So we need to take him out ASAP. Our next card we have is our Burden, followed by Night. Peril and Surge. This is for the Bjorning deck. Put the topmost enemy of the encounter deck discard pile into play, engage with you. Oh, that's not terrible. Oh, although he brings in archery. And it doesn't say it's revealed, so I don't need to do its reveal effect, but we will have archery too. And that does surge. So that's going to surge into the Wold. Okay, we know that location. Not terrible. Well, we quested for 22. We now have 8 threat in the staging area. We only had 1 before this. We just added 7. That's kind of annoying. And an enemy engaged with the Bjorning deck. This does mean we place 14 total progress, though. 4 will go onto the Plains of Rohan, so that means we place 10 here. We need 22 to be able to complete it so far. That's our pursuit value, so we're not done. And unfortunately, to be safe, I think during the travel phase, we have to go to the Plains of Rohan. And don't forget, Galadriel has now taken 1 point of damage. I'm going to put that off to the side so I don't forget. But yeah, just so you know, 1, if she takes 4, there might be a problem. The only enemy we have to look at during the encounter phase is Grishnach. He's at 40 threat. We're at 35 and 34, so I actually think we're going to leave him 1 round. Oh, it makes me nervous, though. Do we want to do that? I think we're going to do it. We're going to leave him 1 round because I already got 3 enemies on me. At the beginning of the combat phase, I'm going to place 1 point of damage on Aragorn and 1 on Círdan. That is due to the archery from that Isengard Uruk. Now we'll move to placing shadow cards. 1 here, 1 for Ugluk, and 1 for the Isengard Uruk. We'll go ahead and use Grim-Bjorn to defend against this Uruk-Hai fighter. And we do have a shadow effect. Attacking enemy gets +1 if this destroys a character. Increase the pursuit value. It destroys a character. That does 4 damage to Grim-Bjorn, who has 6 defense. He laughs. He will use Armored Destrier to ready himself. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the shadow card reduction, but that's okay. Spend the 1 resource. He attacks for 4, negates the shield. He does 2 points of damage. Yeah, that kills him. So we now can each decrease our threat by 3. We'll go from 34 to 31 for the Noldor deck, and 35 to 32 for the Bjorning deck, and our pursuit value goes back to 21. Now we're going to have to defend with Grim-Bjorn here against Ugluk, because no allies can defend. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I change out his resources. So I'm going to use 1 so he can do his attack. We will use him, so we'll exhaust him. He's attacking for 5. We have no shadow effect, so he does not take any damage. He then attacks for 4, negates the armor. He has a toughness of 3, so he only takes 1 point of damage. 3, 4, 5. He's 1 away. Okay, now this Isengard Uruk, do I want... let me see. If I defend with Bjorn, I can still take him out with my Westfold Outrider and my Giant Bear. So we'll exhaust Bjorn to defend. It's a 3 for 3. We have no shadow effect. So 3 for 3 doesn't do anything. We've got 4 plus 2 is 6, minus 1 toughness is 5, 4 and 1. He's gone, and the pursuit value goes down to 20. Whew! So right now we're totally managing all the other enemies. We just got to take care of Ugluk and Grishnak out in the staging area. We'll move that pursuit value back up to 21. We'll increase threat 32 for our Noldor deck and 33 for our Grimbeorn deck. We've readied everyone and generated resources, and I want to say right now, this is the first time I have played with Círdan, and I'm 100% forgetting his ability, and it's actually a forced... I'm not going to try and go back. I should have been drawing 2 cards around instead of 1. So let's do that now. We'll draw 2 cards. We get to keep 1 technically, but I'll use the the harp that I've had the whole game that I've been forgetting about as well. I'm sorry, you guys. So I'll keep both of these cards in their hand, and then for the Bjorning deck, we get the Errant Rider. Nice. For the Bjorning deck, I think the only thing we're going to do is play our Errant Rider, and then we're going to go ahead and exhaust the Errant Rider to immediately send another resource from Elfhelm over to Círdan, because that deck honestly needs more resources right now. The first thing our Noldor deck is going to do is bring Elven Light back from the discard pile, spending Arwen's resource to go ahead and draw a card, and we have a Test of Will. Sweet. Then we're going to discard Elven Light to place another resource over onto Círdan. Next, we're going to play Mirivor. Now, we can attach this to a hero. We're using 1 resource from Círdan. We only have 2 left. Discard Mirivor to choose 2. Ready attached hero, add 1 resource to the attached hero's resource pool. Attached hero gets +1 willpower until the end of the round. Or put Mirivor on top of your deck. Kind of cool, right? So you can use it kind of like as a cheaper unexpected courage and put it on top of your deck and draw it every time. So we're going to place that onto Grimbeorn. I want to take out any enemies that are coming out, and this way he's got more than just 1 readying card. Then, when we move to questing, we are going to play Elrond's Council. This is going to allow us to decrease our threat by 3. We're going to move from 32 down to 29, okay? And then we get +1 willpower. We're going to give +1 willpower to Círdan because we'll say we're playing this from Arwen. We'll then quest for 4 plus 6 is 10. Remember, he's got that +1 because of the Elrond's Council. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 from Sailor of the Loon, and 18, 19 from Lindor. Then we'll use our Warden of Healing. We'll heal 1 from Aragorn, and we'll heal 1 from that Giant Bear. Because, heck, I like that Giant Bear. From that 19, we'll add 4. So we're at 23 to 6. Our first card is for the Bjorning deck, and we have Doomed 1 and Surge. When revealed, each enemy engaged with a player and not in the staging area makes an immediate attack. That's actually not bad. I think we'll be able to kill Uruk with that. Maybe. We'll go up to 34 threat for our Bjorning deck, and we'll move up to 30 for the Noldor deck. We'll then go ahead and discard this, and we'll grab a shadow card. We'll defend with Grimbeorn. He'll defend, and Ugluk will attack. He does have a shadow. Either increase the pursuit value by 1, or this attack is considered undefended. Oh, that's fine. We'll go up to 22. We'll then spend 1 resource from Grimbeorn. He will then attack for 4, negating all the armor. Toughness of 3, but 3, 4, 5. 1 point of damage will actually kill Ugluk. And what's great about that, Isengard will then go back down to 21. So our pursuit value is still at 21. Now, I'm being a little bit risky here because I did not use Armor Destrier, but I love the shadow negation there, and I'm hoping that nothing will come out during the staging, the rest of it here. If that's the case, we can use Mirivor to ready Grimbeorn. Let's hope that was a good idea. So this is still for the Bjorning deck. Okay, that's just 2 threat, just a location, and we've got the Plains of Rohan, just a location. We quested for 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. So we placed 12 progress. 18 to 21. You guys were close, but still not there. So we'll discard this Plains of Rohan. During the travel phase, we're definitely going to go to the Plains of Rohan again, because that was 3 threat, and it's just going to get worse if more locations come out. We are going to have to do another point of damage to Galadriel. So Galadriel now is half health thanks to Grishnok. But don't worry, I think we've got a plan for Grishnok. He is the only enemy out in the staging area, so the Bjorni deck will optionally engage him. It doesn't say we can't, right? No, it does not. So we will optionally engage him, and let's have some fun. We only need 9 damage. Moving into the combat phase, we'll go ahead and grab a shadow card. We will choose 2 things for Mirvor. One is to ready the attached hero, and the second thing is we're going to put this on top of the Noldor's deck. Because guess what? They draw 2 cards, if I remember right. So we continue to draw new cards, but we'll have that in our hand as well. It's awesome. I totally had thought about that when I built the deck and then forgot when I'm playing. So now Grimbjorn can defend, so we'll use him and then use Armored Destrier, so he is ready. We will reveal the Shadow card. Attacking enemy makes an additional attack against you after this one. Really? So he's attacking for 3, doesn't hit Grimbjorn. Grimbjorn will attack for 4, reduces the armor to 2. He doesn't take him out. Man, we really need some more attack for Grimbjorn. So we'll go ahead and grab a shadow card. I needed to spend 1 resource from Grimbjorn to do his response. We'll then use Grimbjorn again to defend. And let's see, we have the attacking enemy gets +1. If this destroys a character, it's not going to destroy a character. He attacks for 4. That's 6. We'll spend, we don't need to spend any more resources because we've got enough other characters that are ready to take out Grishnok. So now that Grimbjorn has defended twice successfully, we'll use our Giant Bear for 4, Bjorn for 3, that's 7, and our Westfold Outrider over here, that's a total of 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. He still has the damage here. So that means he did not kill Galadriel. Galadriel will then go back underneath to Isengard. And hey, he's a victory card. So we got victory 3. Cool. The pursuit value would have gone down to 20 because we took out Grishnok, but we now move it back up to 21. We will increase threat 35 for the Bjorni deck and 31 for the Noldor deck. We've done our refresh. Let's go ahead and draw our 2 cards for our Noldor deck. Ooh, a Magic Ring and Mirvor. Definitely using our Harp so we don't have to discard, or we discard and put it back in our hand. And our Bjorni deck will draw Gandalf. Gandalf, that's awesome. Let's finish it here. What do you think? I think we can do it. First thing I'm going to do this round is I'm going to play the Lords of the Elder. Now, I'm playing this from my discard pile. I will place this now on the bottom of my deck, and what I can do is until the end of the round, Noldor characters get +1 willpower, +1 attack, and +1 defense. All 3 resources are going to come from Círdan, but this is just going to help us guarantee we're going to beat it here. We should be able to blow this out. And then during questing, we're going to go ahead and play Sneak Attack and Sneak Attack Gandalf in. We'll reduce the Bjorning's deck threat down to 30, because there's no enemies out anyways, but he can help us quest for even more. We still have Elrond's Council on the top of our discard pile. That means the Sailor of the Loon is 2 willpower. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She is a Noldor for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus 2 is 19. She is not Noldor, so she's Sylvan. We get 3 over here, 20, 21, 22, and he's Noldor, 23, 24, 25. 25 willpower just from our Noldor deck. We'll add 6 over here, so we're at 31. It's 31 to 4 in the staging area. Let's go ahead and draw for our Noldor deck, and we have Saga, Peril Archery 1. When revealed, discard 1 random card from your hand. It gets plus threat for that until the end of the round. We have a Test of Will. Let's go ahead and use it, and we will cancel that when revealed. So he's only 1 threat. Cool. All right, let's see what our next one is. Are you serious? We have another one? Okay, and that's for our Bjorning deck. Oh, man. Let's see. 0! Sweet! Okay, so that adds nothing. So we just only added 2 threat to the staging area. We quested for a total of 31. We have 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. We placed a total of 25 progress on the active location and the quest card. 25 minus 4 is 21 on here. And you know what's great? The total pursuit value is 21. So we definitely completed that. We just got back Galadriel and Gildor. Then, when they had laid their fallen comrades in a mound and had sung their praises, the riders made a great fire and scattered the ashes of their enemies. So ended the raid, and no news of it came ever back, either to Mordor or to Isengard. But the smoke of the burning rose high to heaven and was seen by many watchful eyes. We have a resolution. If the pursuit value is 25 or lower, we are at 21, the players must choose either each player earns one of the skill boons, or, and we can attach it to a hero, or one player earns the boon Beyond All Hope and chooses a hero from the list of fallen heroes. Well, we don't have any fallen heroes, so we can't choose that boon, which is a bit of a bummer. All the rest of this is just talking about if you get the Beyond All Hope boon. We don't have to worry about that. But still, I am excited about these skills. Let me show them to you. First, I want to show you the Beyond All Hope card. So if we had given up a hero and not brought Elfhelm back, remember how we brought him back? We could have gained this. Attached to a hero, it gains +1 willpower, attack, and defense, and cannot have treachery card attachments. So cool. But no, we cannot get that. We can grab the Leader of Men, so this can be attached to a noble hero. That would be any of the Arwen, Círdan, Gildor, any of those. After the attached hero quests successfully, exhaust Leader of Men to add 1 resource to the attached hero's resource pool. Kind of nice. We also have Forewarned, attached to a ranger hero. We do have a ranger hero. Grimbjorn is actually a ranger because of the other permanent ability we gave him. That's our only ranger hero, though. It says here, after the attached hero is declared as a defender against a non-unique enemy, exhaust Forewarned to discard 1 shadow card from that enemy. Oh, I like that. We then have Hands of the Healer. We can't even do that because we don't have a healer hero, but I'll still read it. Exhaust the attached hero and Hands of Healer to heal up to 3 damage. Pretty cool. And then our last one, we have a Warrior. This one would only be, it could be for Grimbjorn or Elfhelm. The attached hero, when it's declared as only an attacker against a non-unique enemy, exhaust this to give it -2 defense for this attack. So if we put that on Grimbjorn, he could have -4 defense for 1 attack. Still kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, I feel like we are pretty much set that we have to do the Leader of Men for our Noldor deck, because that's the only one that we can really put on them, because they don't have any warriors, they don't have any healers, they don't have any rangers. So that makes sense. So really the only question that I have is Intimidation or Forewarned. I have a feeling I know which one I'd like, but I'm curious what you think. Let me know which one of these two you think I should grab for the Bjorning deck. Also, just so you know, I did generate a total of 8 victory points. That's it. That still feels pretty good, but it's nothing like a Journey Through the Dark. Our next quest will be pretty epic. That's going to be Helm's Deep. I hope you guys are excited. That will be a long one, kind of like Journey in the Dark. I am really excited to see how these decks work. I mean, I have a questing powerhouse with that Noldor, and I've got some pretty great attack with our Grimbjorn deck. I'm just curious to see if it's actually going to work with the Helm's Deep scenario. So I guess we'll see. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you at the next stop.